Hello, welcome to the first part of my new What If? What if Goku and Vegeta were from Universe 6? There'll be some things I have to change in this What If, but I'm quite excited for it. I didn't actually come up with this one. Big thanks to Desert Sam for putting this in the comments. I think it will be quite an interesting What If. But yeah, let's get straight into this. So, Goku and Vegeta are born on Sadala, I think it's called, the Universe 6's planet Vegeta. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's called Sadala. So, they did ways on this planet, and unlike the original, it's not blown up. If you guys remember, Vegeta was actually blown up, so I didn't know what to do with this one. So Goku and Vegeta had to be raised on that planet Sadala. Vegeta and Goku grow up. I'm going to say Goku and Vegeta were sort of friends, sort of rivals. Because even though Goku is still a lower class Saiyan at this point, he's exceptionally strong for his rank. But Vegeta hates Goku, and Vegeta is still a lot more powerful. So Goku thinks of Vegeta as his rival, but Vegeta thinks of Goku as a weakling, just someone in his way. It's like, do you remember when Kakashi and Dai first met in Naruto? And Dai was like, "You're my eternal rival," and Kakashi just was a bit bored. It's a bit like that, but Vegeta just doesn't like him. Vegeta was part of the elite force of Sadala. He wasn't the prince in this version. He was just a high-class elite Saiyan. He was friends with a boy named Kaba. And Goku, he was best friends with this girl called Caulifla. You probably know these characters because they're the main Saiyans from Universe 6. But yeah, so they grow up, Vegeta in the elite class, and I would say when they were about 20, they're tasked with a very difficult mission with this one world, because Universe 6 Saiyans aren't evil like Universe 7, so I'm pretty sure they fight people for peace, but they fight this proper evil force, and and they find out that Frost has an evil brother named Cold. Of course, this is me referring to Universe 6's version of Cooler. I thought I'd add him because it'd be pretty fun. So this Emperor Cold, he's Frost's older brother. Of course, Frost, everyone thinks he's good at this point. So yeah, so this evil brother, Vegeta, Goku, Caulifla, and Kaba are all on the same mission with a load more people, but they're the strongest out of everyone. So on this mission, they're fighting these incredibly strong warriors. Oh man, I can't say warriors. So I've got a speech impediment. If you guys didn't know, that's why I speak weirdly sometimes. But yeah, let me carry on. Goku. So they're not starting to get a bit tired, and Goku and Vegeta are kind of strange Saiyans, as they're some of the only Saiyans to ever in Universe 6 to have ever been born with tails. The only ones ever, actually. I'm pretty sure the Universe 6 Saiyans evolved out of it, but I don't know. So yeah. So Goku and Vegeta are the only ones with tails. And everyone thought of these guys as monsters. There's never a full moon struck. They turn into these two giant great apes. Of course, Goku and Vegeta would never know this, and neither would Caulifla or Kaba. The only people who know about this are the higher-ups of the higher-ups, the most important people of the Saiyan race. These two are thought of as a weapon to their race in case anything bad truly happens. Universe 6 Saiyans, I know I say they're good, but they're not all good. They're not bad people, but sometimes they're not very kind. It's like humans. Some higher-ups in certain places may be a bit tricky and cheeky, let's say. So they think of Goku and Vegeta as kind of beasts to be tamed. So they send them on this incredibly difficult mission on a full moon. So they're on this mission. They're starting to lose. The full moon strikes up, and Vegeta looks up for Goku and Su. Goku would actually be called Kakarot in this one, because he wasn't sent to Earth. But I'm calling Goku just because it's easier. So they both look up, at this full moon as the blood waves start flowing through them, as they start twitching and growing with fur spreading all across their body. And Vegeta didn't even have control of this form because no one else had it before. It wasn't like an elite technique because no elite had it. So Taba and Caulifla were like confused because Vegeta and Goku turned to these like crazy beasts, and they thought it might have just been because of the planet or like their enemies. But Goku and Vegeta start running like a havoc, destroying everything. Like they're close to destroying the planet. So Taba and Caulifla have to calm them down and try and like combat against their waves. It's very difficult, but eventually the battle was sort of won. Of course, Toad wasn't actually in this battle. So these are just some of his higher-ups. Toad, unlike the Cooler in the original, Toad has a huge empire of extremely powerful men. It's very, very difficult. But, so Goku and Vegeta are, like, on the floor. Like, they have no clue what happened. They think they must have got, like, knocked out or something. But they've won. Everything's destroyed. They do fight for peace. So it's frowned upon making too much mess. But yeah. Goku and Vegeta are taught to, as soon as they wake up, by most people that are around them, by the mission. Mainly Taba and Caulifla. There are some other Forder people who really need Taba. Goku and Vegeta are shocked when they hear about what Taba and Caulifla said they saw. And they don't really believe them. But then they remember the last thing that they could even think of was the full moon. As they're amazed that this might actually be true. That they are these two giant grey ape beasts. But they're still kind of in denial until a bit later they're put on another mission. And Taba and Caulifla are still worrisome of Goku and Vegeta. But yeah, Vegeta, he stays away from the sun this time. No, not the sun, the moon. I'm stupid, aren't I? Well, yeah, he stays away from the moon as he is sort of terrified that something bad had happened if he looks at it. He sort of believes him. Goku still doesn't. So the full moon's up on this planet, and Goku looks up, and Vegeta watches as Goku transforms into this beast. And then he realises that Taba and Caulifla were telling the truth. That they become these monsters, and Vegeta realises that him and Goku or Kakarot must be related in some way. He's related to a horrible demon of a low class. We get past. Vegeta tells Goku what he saw, and he realises that they're unlike any other Saiyan. So Goku and Vegeta start training, and at this point, I'd probably say they're both at Vegeta's at about 20,000 or something. They're quite a bit more powerful. Taba and Caulifla are a bit weaker than them, and Goku. So Vegeta's at like 20,000. No, I might even make them try a bit stronger. So I'm pretty sure Universe 6 Saiyans have a lot more potential, but I'm not sure because we haven't got too much intel of them in the story. So I'm just going to say that everyone's around the level of Universe 7 Saiyans before Goku and Vegeta became OP. Normal Universe 7 Saiyans. So I'd probably say Vegeta, he's a high class and he's been training a lot and he's had an insane amount of Zentais. So I'd probably say he's about 25,000. He's had rivals and in this one. And I'd say Goku's give or take 21, 22,000. Caulifla is probably about 17, maybe 18,000. And Taba is I'm trying to think. I'll say 19,000. Goku and Vegeta are incredibly strong, mainly because when they become Ozaru, they get those Zentais, and even with Ozaru, Vegeta goes up to 250,000, and Goku goes up to like 220, maybe like 210,000. So yeah, a lot of Saiyans think that they could be the way to finally defeat Cold, because at the moment Frost is having quite a tough time, because Frost does fight with them for peace. So one day, Goku and Vegeta are put on an elite force to save the world with Frost, who is still he's pretending to be good at the moment. he didn't actually stop putting up the act that he was good until like way down the line, didn't he? He didn't stop acting good until like Universe 6 saga. No, not Universe 6 fight in the actual original thing. So Goku and Vegeta they realise that Cold needs to be stopped. He's killed many more than the average demon or whatever in their world. Hence, Cold, he's going for this world called Earth. That has not yet been destroyed in this timeline. Maybe I'm making some plot changes because it's fun. I'm going to say Universe Earth is still around at this point. So Goku and Vegeta go over there because that's where Cold is currently heading. Because apparently this planet has a genius called Colma, and her father, Dr. Jeeves. Yeah, totally not just slightly changed their names for plot reasons and to make it easier. Alright, yeah. So they get there, and who are currently fighting this guy called King Italo. So King Italo, he's proper fighting with this guy called Killin. So Killin is having a very, very, very rough time with him. Killin is not as powerful as King Italo. He's just fighting as his sensei Moshi, not Master Roshi, Sensei Moshi. Yeah. Sensei Moshi was killed by King Italo after a long, drawn-out fight where Sensei Moshi tried to use the sealing jutsu. No, not sealing jutsu. This ain't Naruto, is it? The Mafia bar, because they actually have it in this universe. They also have the Mafia bar. But yeah, so they all head there, and Goku and Vegeta just one-shot this King Italo, and Killin is just amazed that these guys are this powerful. So Cold is still heading there. I'm pretty sure that's why I made. Yeah, he's not King Cold. It's Cooler from this timeline. So yeah, King Cold. I will make him King Freeze. I'm sorry, something just fell. Oh my god. There we go. I'm sorry for everyone watching my video. Sorry, I just walked around when I make my videos, so whenever I knock stuff over, I'm really sorry. King Frost hears about this, and King Frost, he's evil, alright? What was I make his name? No, he can't be called King Frost. There's the other guy's called. I'm sorry, I meant King Freeze, Frost, and then Cold. So Cold, he hears about all of this, and he decides to try and kill these stupid Saiyans, trying to stop them on this planet. So Goku and Vegeta stay there with Frost. They start to realise he's a bit suspicious. He'd be talking to strange people at night. He'd be very strange. He'd be cackling sometimes. They had no clue what was wrong with this guy. He was meant to be a peace warrior. But yeah, we get to the Cold fight, and Frost actually fights Cold. Frost actually hates Cold, still. So yeah, it's a nice way to act off that he's fighting for peace. So Cold and Frost start fighting, and Goku and Vegeta try to join, but this fight, they're way out paced here. There's literally no chance of them doing too much in this series. At this point in the series, Cold and Frost are stronger than original Frieza, I'd say. So I'd probably say they maybe have a power of about 200, maybe 300 mil. I just think that would be probably about fair. Some people may be saying I'm lowballing Universe 6, but I can't really be asked to do too much with it, because if I don't know too much, if I try and make everyone have a power of billions and that, it's just which won't really work. I need to make it a bit like Universe 7 to just make it a fun what if. Okay, so Cold and Frost start fighting. This is like shaking the galaxy. And while this is happening, Cold starts laughing. He's starting to get the upper hand on Frost. He goes into his 5th form. Yes, this Cold does have a 5th form. So yeah, they're fighting. Cold's starting to beat him up. Then you hear from a little distance, you hear Hakai. As Hakai's told a little bit. So he says, what's going on here? As everyone explains what's happening, they're peace fighters and that. And yeah, so while this is all happening, Champa knows what Saiyans do at this point. And at one point, Goku and Vegeta look up and there's a full moon. They turn to Azari while Champa's there. And Champa, he watches these Saiyans dash around. He says he's never seen this before. So he's quite impressed with these two. As Champa puts them in their place, completely destroys them with using literally like 0.0001% of the power. But yeah, then we see Champa when they get up. He says, you two are quite interesting. I'd like to take you as my students. As we see Goku and Vegeta like open their eyes, like, who is this guy? Of course, like only a few people truly know about Champa. But when Champa says he's a god of destruction and all that stuff, Goku and Vegeta were like, oh my god, we seriously just said that to a god of destruction and tried to hit them while we were in Azari form. They said yes. And yeah, this is where I'm going to end it. Goku and Vegeta are going to be training with Champa. And as well, if anyone has any input, I don't know if there will be comments on this video, but on my one video where it's like put all your comments for like suggestions of what ifs. First of all, put what if ideas in that video. Just do it if you want anything. So I'll do it like within the hour, okay? And as well, please can people just. Oh yeah, sorry, I don't know why I just said please can people just. Sorry. If you want anything to happen in this what if you have any ideas for this what if, just put it in that video. I'll get them done instantly with the next part. For my what ifs, I'm fine to make you guys be able to pick the story, make it more interactive. Just my what ifs to actually be fun. Alright, yeah. Alright, that's it for me, guys. I will see you next time. I'm the Almighty Saiyan Card. Goodbye.